City. This is Denver, and this is Coors Field. A real treat today. We're going to see Carlos Gonzalez looking for some big at-bats. Thank you for joining us, Major League Baseball, presented by 2K Sports, Thursday afternoon game. Their starter, Juan Nicasio. Steve, what's he got in mind now as he faces Houston?
Well, as the manager sends the righty out to the mound against this lineup, he has to realize it's not a great matchup for him. The pitcher's going to have to really be on top of his game to be able to neutralize these big power bats. And if he's in trouble, he may have to have a quick hook to get him out of there.
Here's the lineup for the Astros. Thoughts, John? Anybody stand out?
Well, Carlos Lee, El Caballo, still a tough out for a pitcher. What I like about Carlos is that he will go the other way, take what the pitcher gives him in RBI situations. But when he gets an opportunity, if he's ahead in the count, he looks to turn on something and take it deep.
And getting the game started, Jordan Schaefer comes to the plate.
Astros, center fielder, number 1, Jordan Schaefer.
And he offers that to Slurve and misses 0-1. 271 his lifetime average off the Rockies. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss at that fastball. No balls, 2 strikes.
Now, Gary, he's in a little bit of trouble right now with 2 strikes. They're probably going to try to get him to chase that curveball.
Swing and a miss. That's a changeup. Down on strikes, 1 out.
Well, they made that one look easy, huh? I mean, look at 3 pitches and a strikeout.
Now let's take a look at how the Rockies will line up defensively. Infield, outfield factors in this one, John?
Well, Carlos Gonzalez is a factor, not only because he can play a great outfield, he can play all 3 of the outfield positions equally as well. When you want to be considered one of the most complete players in baseball, defense has to be a big part of that.
Changeup just misses. 1-0. Second pitch waves at a fastball. Strike 1.
The Rockies have to be thinking maybe we should shift over to the NL Central. They've had great success against them again in 2011. In fact, they haven't had a losing season against the Central since 2006.
Curveball swung on and missed. The count 1-2. Steve was talking about the Rockies against the Central. 22-20 against the division last year, John.
Yeah, but it was better than they did against any other team in the league. They came out on top of every series against Central teams except for the 2 playoff squads, the Brewers and Cardinals.
Hit in the air to left center. Out number 2.
The Houston Astros, left fielder, number 14.
And we're going to see Martinez here. Here's a swing and a fly ball. Ends up foul. There's a swing, line drive, center field. And that one will be down, and Houston's on with their first hit. Throw in the dirt. He is safe at first.
Well, 2 quick outs in the inning. You think maybe this is one of those quick innings and the other team gets in and they get some momentum. But he keeps the inning alive with that base hit.
And Carlos Lee up. Lifetime, he's got a 285 average off Colorado. He waited on that first pitch and took it. It's 1-0.
He had great arm motion on that changeup right there, but he left it just a little bit high.
Well, they're trying to run that curveball in on his hands right there, but able to stay back and just pop it to left for a knock.
Bo Gasiewicz now comes to the plate. 2 down. Runners at first and second. Looked like the slurve, and it just missed. 1-0. At the belt, the 1-0. And a ground ball to Helton. He grabs it. And they'll record the out at first base. Good timing on that play.
They might not have been able to get him out at the plate, but a short run over to first and still retires his man.
So, no runs, 2 hits, and they strand 2. Soon it'll be the Colorado Rockies, bottom of the first.
Batting for the Colorado
Brett
Rockies.
Myers is going to be pitching.
Number 24,
He'll be starting this one off for Houston.
Fowler.
And Steve, he gets into this Colorado lineup now. What are we going to see?
Well, it's going to be to command that 12-6 breaking ball for Brett Myers. That's his out pitch. Locate the fastball and then throw the curveball off of that same plane to get a swing and a miss.
Started to go around. That pitch is in there anyway. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Check swing called. Strike 3, out number 1.
K-Cam registers this at 86 miles per hour. Some pretty good break.
That pitch certainly not lacking movement, John.
Well, it's controlled movement, and that's why he's able to throw it so effectively to catch guys looking like he did in that at-bat.
It's going to be Herrera now. Lifetime 3 hits, 9 at-bats off the Astros. Good patience. Jonathan Herrera lets that one go by. That's a good eye. Evens the count up.
Well, just a season to forget in 2011 for this Astros team. The worst record in baseball by a comfortable margin. A full 50 games under 500.
And he pulls into first base with that base hit. There's 1 down here. That season for Houston, 106 losses. The last time a team topped that, Steve, Arizona in 04.
Well, I guess the good news is that, look, there's nowhere to go but up. You've got some changes, going to grow and develop some players and start to rebuild what is a proud franchise.
Myers can't get him to swing at that one down low.
Well, some injuries last year for Carlos Gonzalez, but he showed he's not a flash in the pan. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with for a long time in this lineup.
Tell you about Gonzalez, short season, John. He only played 127 games with injuries.
Yeah, and you look at some of the guys he's been traded for. Dan Herron, Matt Holliday. You don't give up big name.
Hit in the air to center field. That's 2 gone. Presenting our starting lineup. This is what Jim Tracy's done with the offense. And our scouting report, John, who are we watching for today?
Well, he's been around the league for a long time, but Ramon Hernandez has always been a dangerous hitter. He's improved his batting average throughout the years. Very tough guy to strike out. Watch him go the other way in a key situation.
Here's a look at how the Astros will match up defensively.
Now, this defense ranked in the bottom 5 in the National League, and it's a real problem for this club because once you make these kinds of mistakes, you can never make them up. And it puts so much pressure on the pitching staff, they feel like they need to miss bats. When the pitchers don't pitch to contact, that's a problem.
A runner on first with 2 outs. This one's grounded foul, wide of first. And the 0-1 by Myers. Now here's a grounder towards the hole. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. Really good inning for Myers. Works his way out of the first inning. And if you're just joining our 2K Sports Major League Baseball. Baseball broadcast with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. I'm Gary Thorne. And it's Lowry batting. Swing liner back up the middle. And it's through. That's a base hit.
Well, a good start to this inning, but let's see if the guys behind him, after he starts out this inning with the single, can follow up and finish this inning off with some runs.
There it is in the batter's box. That swung on, line towards the gap in left center. And that's through, a base hit. A moment here for Houston if they can execute.
Well, anytime you throw a pitch at eye level, you don't expect the hitter to be able to get his bat on it. Most of the time as a hitter, you don't even want to swing at that pitch. How he got his bat on it, I have no idea. Great piece of hitting.
And in the batter's box, it's Castro. First pitch he let go by, and it was a ball, 1-0.
Wide fastball.
Ground ball. He dives, and he's got it. And the throw's in time at first. Mercy, what a play. Diving stop and a nice throw, too.
I showed great range on that one. I didn't think he had any chance to get it, but able to get it and get on his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Tremendous job. The manager's watching his pitcher closely in this critical situation.
Doesn't want to give up the lead run here. Tie ball game with a couple on.
Well, the situation's not all that bad just yet, Gary. It's still early. If he can get a strikeout or a...
That one put in play. Fowler's going to field it. And that one to fall in, and the run will score. Bad throw. And they manage to knock in 2 runs. And he'll stop at second base. That'll be a 2-run double. Let's take a moment to check out how much that 2-bagger helps their cause. Here's the win expectancy growth. Schaefer into the batter's box. Well, they've done themselves quite a job here. This is a nice push at this point of the ball game to get out in front. And Matt Reynolds gets ready to throw as they make the pitching swap.
Well, there are days when you just don't have it, and clearly this was one of those days. Now let's see if the bullpen can slow this offense down.
First pitch on the way. Foul! And it goes foul. A swing and a fly ball to left center field. And Gonzalez as he gets to it for the out.
Well, he hit this one well, but it hangs up long enough to give the left fielder just enough time to run underneath and make the catch.
Alcum at the plate. Blew out last time. Here's the pitch. He sends this one in the air towards center. Scudero to play it. That one's grabbed. Side retired. And so the scoring came in the second. Second inning sees the first 2 runs of our ball game. The Astros lead 2-0. Todd Helton at the plate. 6 for 18. Those career numbers for him against Myers.
And he just has nothing to fool him with, Gary. Every time he sees him, he gets the good part of the bat on the ball.
One down.
For the Colorado Rockies, right fielder, number 3.
And here's Michael Kadire.
When you look at the year Michael Kadire had in 2011, I mean, the Twins were awful, and they will be the first to admit it, but it could have been a lot worse if Kadire didn't do what he did.
A shot up the middle, and Kadire's got himself a single. And that'll bring Ramon Hernandez to the plate. And Kadire, whom we were talking about, I mean, had it not been for him since the Twins lost Justin Morneau, you wonder they would have ever won a ball game.
I mean, he was so important. I mean, he really led that team despite the fact they had a poor season. He was an RBI machine, 20 homers, 70 RBIs, and great versatility to help the team.
2 away.
Coming to bat for the Colorado Rockies, third base, number 30.
And Casey Blake.
Casey Blake.
Career 1 for 7 off Myers. Kadire, the runner at first. Hot shot towards the hole. Kadire on his way to third. Boy, what a time now to capitalize if they can. Just kind of lean in, Steve, and slap that thing the other way in that kind of pitch.
Well, you can't pull that pitch. If you do, it's going to be a ground ball to short. You want to punch it to right field.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. The dive, and he's up with it. Throw got him. That is one heck of a play. No runs and a couple of hits and 2 left on. Astros still leading. And we're going to see Martinez here. He's going to start the third here.
Martinez.
And the first pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, clearly the pitcher's in control right here. This guy really struggles on the fastball when he's behind in the count, so look for the heat.
On the way. Martinez makes contact, fouled it away. Here's the pitch. Martinez, there's a foul ball again. That's one away. A dive and an out.
I've never really liked playing third base. That ball can get on you so quickly, especially if teams are pulling the ball. But you got to have quick reactions, and he did there.
And Carlos Lee up. Had a base hit his last time up. And Hernandez spotting the pitch. Fastball just misses. 1-0.
Well, power isn't the same for Carlos Lee as it was when he was a younger player. But as a veteran hitter, he still has enough pop in that lineup, and he's become a better average hitter.
Popped him up way up there near third base. And Blake. 2 down here in the inning.
Well, third base looks like he's fighting himself a little bit as his pop-up goes up, but he settles down and able to put it away.
Bo Gasiewicz now comes to the plate. For his career, 9 for 19 off the Rockies.
And you know, Gary, a lot of times you just see the other team's jersey and you know you have the confidence that you can hit against them.
This is swung on, lifted to deep right field. That's going to do it. Kadaya's there. And they aren't able to get anything going in this half inning. 3 up, 3 away. Houston 2, Colorado nothing. Chilly indeed. We've got a day at the ballpark more suited for a hot cup of coffee than the ice cold lemonade. Fowler at the plate. And Myers gets him swinging for the first strike. And of course, as a pitcher, you got to keep your eye on which pitches are effective on any given day and which ones aren't. Here's a look at which pitches he's thrown. This one's grounded to second. Altuve retiring Fowler.
Second baseman. Number 18.
It's going to be Herrera now, who's going his way so far. First time up, you got the single that came off Myers.
That's right, Gary. Connected on that 12-6 curveball. We'll see if they have a different approach facing him this time around.
And the play made by Lowry.
Left fielder, number 5.
With 2 down, it'll be Carlos Gonzalez. He's 2 for 3 lifetime off Brett Myers. Swing and a miss by Gonzalez. Strike 1.
Gary, he gets a little over-anxious at the plate when the count goes to 0-1. So look for them maybe to expand the strike zone and get him to chase something.
It's hit foul by Gonzalez. Pitch on the way. And Carlos Gonzalez swinging right through that strike 3.